Climate adaptation is something that needs action now. It's important. I think that the Pacific Institute for Climate Solutions is a great endowment for research on all aspects of climate change and how it impacts British Columbians and our place in the world. And they have put out some excellent publications and are engaging the public to keep the public on side with the need of government to lead in climate action. However, we have, the question is climate adaptation now, and what is the top priority? And in my view, it's dealing with drought risks in many parts of British Columbia. That is a result of a changing climate in BC, lowered precipitation rates, and it's a problem that is going to get worse. So it demands some solutions, and it demands communities to be involved in how they plan for that. It also requires that British Columbia's ancient water legislation that is 100 years old, the Water Act, which, to their credit, the Liberals started an exercise called the Water Sustainability, or the Water Modernization Act, which was then supposed to lead to the Water Sustainability Act, but they left it at the 40-yard line. And that needs to be dealt with. They came across some hard questions. Some of them were around the licensing system that we have in BC. And rather than meet those challenges and deal with them, they broke the commitment to have a Water Act that was modernized and bring it into legislation. So we still have 1 million groundwater users, for example, that have no regulatory protection in British Columbia. And we're seeing this play out in the Shawnigan watershed right now, where their rights as water users to have clean drinking water is not protected because that act wasn't modernized. So that, to me, is the first place to start. I would say the second place, though, is around forestry. We have a lot of dead wood out there in British Columbia surrounding communities, putting people at risk. It's fuel that is getting worse. And what we have proposed is to restore the capacity of the Forest Service of British Columbia. You've got to invest in conservation officers again in BC because they are now an endangered species. You've got to have the eyes and ears on the ground in communities around British Columbia to understand how we not only assess, but take action that is meaningful on climate adaptation.